Hello everyone, today I am joined yet again by my father, and we're going to be checking out a song by Attalus called Death Be Not Proud.
I always like when we're plucking at strings and we don't go full metal right away.
I don't know if this song does go full metal.
Death be not proud, though men will fear you and think you great when they draw near you, 'cause you take us down. We can't escape the fact, but I've learned by now, your right is just an act. So lay my bones inside the hearse, take me in and do your worst, but tell me why you choose to boast. You're just a shadow and a ghost. I'll breathe again, you'll be surprised when you're the only one who dies. Death be not proud. You'll soon find out you're not the end. You're just the start of me. Beneath my skin is the real heart of me. So don't pretend that you can keep me locked forever in your grasp. But you're just a ship sunk on the ocean floor. Your flag was stripped when you hit heaven's shore. It's the cruise again, but the only thing you'll ever hold is dust and ash. Death be not proud of that.
Oh, it's really poetic. I actually like the lines a lot. It's you're just a you're a right. You think you're a right, but you're just an act. That sort of has rights being things that actions that we take, ceremonial actions that we take, where the right has more value than an act, and it goes back to death be not proud, and it reminds me of, I believe it's Paul who says, "Death, where's your sting?"
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's maybe what the song was referencing. This idea of personifying death is this person who's like, look at me, I'm taking everybody out, but it's like, nah, man, you're not. Like, you don't take us out, you take us in.
And it's just that encouraging reminder of, like, really, what does death have? Like, what is there to be afraid of with death in Christ?
That's right, and everybody's afraid of death. Mm-hmm. It's like it's the thing when you think about everything going on in politics today, everything going on in Hollywood, all this stuff going on. It's all these people chasing after life, using different concoctions and medicines and creams, and they're all trying to avoid death. Being old, in and of itself, is not a bad thing. The reason we're all afraid of getting old is because old is a movement towards death. Old means you're getting closer towards the finality of everything. And nothing, if you think you're God, the scariest thing is death. Because that's the death of God. I think it was Elie Wiesel who wrote the book The Night. And then also I think it was, I'm not sure if it's Nietzsche or not, but said God is dead. Like the death, God is dead. That in the 18th century, in that time, that the idea of God died. And man began to move on beyond that. But you don't move beyond that.
Yeah.
You move backwards. It's a movement backwards. Because God is eternal. And what you move to is then, if this outside thing, God, is dead, then I'm God. God cannot die. There are no atheists in the world. None. All atheists, when they get down to the measure of it, believe that they're God. They all act and move and breathe and make choices. And the choice they make, they do it because they believe it's the right choice. if you had a real true agnostic who says, I don't know if anything exists, I don't know if there's any reason, and I think they're out there. I think they're horribly depressed and they don't want to get out of bed. Because why act? It's meaningless. There's no meaning. There's nothing beyond this. You die, and if you love this life, and if you're proud of this life, what you've created, then you try to live forever. Mm-hmm. There's a story recently, that guy who's actually getting plasma from his son.
Oh, yeah.
And that's like, man.
That
right?
is weird.
Right?
Yeah.
And people like chasing after youth.
Dates on the stone, well, they're just an alibi, a simple line. It can't sum up my life beneath the tears, the wreaths, the letters, and the roses. God composes a new life as the old one decomposes. So come on, death, I've got your dues. Take them any way you choose, and shake the heavens with your smile. If my bones are worth your while, but this coffin's just a room. Thanks to the cross and empty tomb, my God will get the final laugh. And death, here he comes, your epitaph. You're not the end, you're just the start of me. Beneath my skin, it's a real heart of me. So don't pretend that you can keep me locked forever in your grasp. You're just a ship sunk on the ocean floor. Your flight was stripped when you had heaven shore. So close your grip, but the only thing you'll ever hold is dust and ash. Death, be not proud, you set me free at last.
Free at last.
Yeah.
Free at last. Thank God I'm free at last.
I actually don't remember where this song goes from here.
Lay down my life and find it a
This is actually, you laid it down to Jesus. Paul said that which I would do, not that which I, Paul said, he was in a Roman prison, and this is in the book of Philippians, and he was really struggling. And he said as much, you almost read the tears in the words. And he said, I am absolutely ready to die. I mean, to live is Christ and to die is gain. I'm ready, death. Bring me home. Yeah, there's just a lot of suffering that comes in this world. Then so you get to a point, I think, as you get older, where you're there, like, and you understand that there is a death that we undergo every time we accept that we're not God. There's a certain death in that. So it's from Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
So they're fighting. They're in the foxholes. And they have a new soldier, and he's crying and he's weeping, and he won't get out of the foxhole, and he's so afraid. And one of the things that his commanding officer tells him, he says, "You know what your problem is? You haven't realized that you're already dead. The rest of these men here have accepted they're not leaving this war. They're going to die in this war, and that gives them the courage to move forward." And the reason that so many Christians, and myself included, struggle with so much sin is because we think we're going to hold on to something. There's some hope or dream we have that we think we're going to get to hold on to. And if it doesn't happen, it's going to have a cost. But it's not true. And so there's a moment when you realize I'm already dead. You give your life so that you gain it.
Mm-hmm.
We're dead. All my wants and my desires, all my hopes and my dreams, I have to let those go. Because you have to let go and trust God. And there's a moment where you let go, where you're not sure what's going to happen, and you trust God. And then you come up to the surface. And it's that moment that you surface and you're forgiven and the grace of God fills you. And you see him there reaching out to pull you up. And you realize that now finally you're alive.
Again, dust turns to dust, but my heart and soul ascend. God bless the path that leads me through life's shallow end. And find it at last. Dust turns to dust, but I escape this shipwrecked mass. God bless the calm that drowns the voices from my past. I lay down my life and find it anew. Joy turns to joy at the thought of breaking through. God bless the pain that makes me desperate for the view. And death be not proud, why are you boasting for? Thanks be to God, your walls are just an open door. And God bless the place where you can't haunt me anymore.
There's a lot of fear. But if you don't even fear death, then you can have courage. You can proclaim the truth. And bring people to life. And we got to do that. I like this song. Thanks for showing it to me.
Yeah, no problem.
It reminds me to not choose fear, but choose life.
Thanks so much for joining me. This is a lot of, well, I was going to say a lot of fun, which it was, but honestly, I just learned a lot. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, thanks so much for watching, and see you guys later.